Noble purity. I'm just sitting in the judge's chair who had me thrown in a cage 24 hours ago. She had me thrown in a cage 24 hours ago for filming in public. And I think that she thought that by throwing me in a cage, she would teach me some lesson. So I came back. I'm right here. I'm sitting in her chair. Matt Lyman. We all get to have our own opinions, Matt. You're entitled to yours. She's at the library reading up on practicing law for dummies. Yep. Hey everybody. It's Mr. Freeman here, sitting in the judge's chair. All right. So the city council, or I'm sorry, what is this room? Yeah, city council, whatever, is held in the same place as court. And there are cameras in here. There's one there. Most of these municipalities actually broadcast their city council meetings on the internet and live on cable. Another camera there. Another one here. And another one here. And you can see these cameras. You can actually, these are live right now. I could see, when they took me into the jail, I could see this courtroom from the jail. So these are a live feed over, these go over to the police station. So I was watching the inside of the courtroom from the police station when they took me there. So, yeah, they can have cameras, but you can't. That's exactly right. In a public place. Yeah, if you guys can put numbers out too for City Hall. Joshua Caro, yes, I am going to FOIA them. I'm going to FOIA the camera footage. I don't know what they'll do, if they'll say it's not recording or... And by the way, while I was in for that 24 hours, a lot of people already did a lot of work for me as far as open records requests and all of that. A ton of the work is already... Ethics First, go to Ethics First YouTube channel. He's done a ton of work already while I was in. So apparently, I guess that the way that a contempt charge works is there is no court hearing. There's no nothing. It's just simply the judge says that you're in contempt. It doesn't have to be based on anything except whatever the judge says. So basically the way that it works is she makes up a law, she executes that law, and then she judges you on that law. All in one. So there's no legislation on what she kicked me out for. It's just she created a law based on her feelings in that moment. She executed that law based on her feelings at that moment, and then she executed judgment against me for that law that she just magically created with snapping her fingers. So that's how contempt works. That's how contempt works. That's why you hear people saying that, Mexican Padilla got arrested for contempt of cop. So basically what it means is you hurt the cop's feelings, and he willy-nilly made up a law and said, oh, well, you're under arrest, which is what happened to Mexican Padilla the other day. Is she a judge? I guess, really, anyone can be a judge. The city just hires someone. I mean, especially these municipal courts, there's a good reason to get these cameras into these courts. People keep saying, I hear it all the time, quit going after the cops and go after the real corrupt people like the politicians and the judges. And I say, you're right. We should go after all of them. The cops and the politicians and the judges. The problem is getting to the politicians and the judges with our cameras. They've so far made that pretty difficult. And if you think that I'm not going to break that down, you're wrong, because I am. We're going to get cameras into these courtrooms. And they're going to stop throwing us out for it too. As far as I can see, this is the next big step that needs to be taken. We've got to be able to watch the entire system from start to finish. I will be here next week when court is held. I will be in the very, very, very front row, in the very front corner seat. I will be running a camera. Let me show you where I'll be sitting next week. I'll be sitting right here in this chair with the camera next week. Think I should be in the judge's seat next week? No, but really, I will. That's where I will be next week. Submitted to Christ, thank you. Amen. Courtrooms are the next frontier. I strongly, strongly agree. Submitted to Christ. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sorry, guys, I dropped you. I don't know if you saw, but that is going to be my seat next week while rolling a camera in this public meeting. This is where I will be sitting. Now, contempt, let me explain to you how I see this. All right, let me explain to you how I see this. So we do have case law here, Turner versus Driver, okay? It says that you can record in public anywhere that you're allowed to be in public. So if you can be there, you can film there. I know that nobody has broken down these courts yet on this basis, but this is a public hearing, okay? You can be here, therefore you can record here. I think that when Philip Turner first got arrested, I'm sure that people said, oh no, you can't win this. You can't just walk into a police station and film them, because that just doesn't seem right. How is it possibly right for us to be allowed to watch our government? That doesn't seem right based on what we know. And so I know that there's a lot of people out there who may or may not quite understand. Here, I'll go outside. Here, hold on. I'm going to see if I can get.
Can you see that?
You're looking
No.
Ma'am, is the tyrant judge still employed here?
I think this is where they added on the back.
at it. Yeah, it is.
She is? Okay. Where can I find the city manager?
We didn't get it.
I'll call the city secretary.
It's paid for.
We,
Okay.
how can I say this?
Yeah, guys, I guess I was breaking up in there. But yeah, it really is the same logic.
We thought that he was going to take the house because of.
If you can be there, you can record there. There's nothing confidential going on in there.
For the first 2 years, we just assumed their mortgage.
These meetings are supposed to be
And then
public.
once we got the house livable.
I'm telling you, we're going to get the cameras in there.
We went in and actually financed the house on a signature loan. We never really mortgaged it.
Inspection.
And I'm telling you that after we get the cameras in there,
Yeah.
this is one of thousands of courts that we're going to be in.
That's why I was telling you, this is.
So anybody who's thinking about getting up and starting activism, that might think, oh, I guarantee you there is plenty of work out there. We need more people. We need more people on our team. There's plenty to do.
Right in. It had 4 joists and that was it. It didn't have any walls, plumbing, nothing back there.
It had all the walls and it had the flooring.
But I mean, as far as ceiling-
Jody Bond says you will be arrested again. Very likely. I don't know if they do realize that they've made a mistake yet or not.
And that is where they-
But it's a big mistake for them to arrest me. I mean, every hour I spend in their cage is going to cost them a lot of money, so.
He is in a meeting as we speak.
Okay. He's in a meeting? Okay, are they meeting about firing the judge or?
I do not have a reference or nothing. We don't know what goes on in these meetings. I mean, they don't tell us. I don't know what kind of meeting's about.
Okay, seems there's a lot of secrets in Crowley.
Sir, again, I don't know.
Okay.
They know what's on their agenda. I don't know, sir. I just work up there.
Is what's on their agenda possibly public record?
Again, I don't know. You
Okay.
have to talk to.
Where's records? Over here somewhere?
Oh, 1 minute.
That bathroom remodel, I'll tell you all the original plumbing used to be.
Be sure to tell them I built that.
What are you wanting to request?
What's on the agenda in the meeting that they're in right now?
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I mean, what you can do is if you want to leave your phone number and email, I can have him get back with you.
Okay, I'm just curious if that's something that I could request on a public records request anyways.
If they're having a private meeting, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, I dropped you there.
But that concrete's probably
Okay. I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod and write down my phone number and name. Yeah, I'd really like to meet with maybe the city manager, the chief of police, and kind of get everybody together so that we can get on the same page, so they can understand what we intend to do and hopefully not have any violence used against us.
I understand
So,
what you're saying. I'll
Okay.
pass the message along.
okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Is that far off the street as our house?
Same as all the rest of them.
I think if everyone knows what's going to happen before it happens, it might make it easier on all of us.
I understand.
Everyone can be a little bit more informed, so.
I'll run this back.
Okay,
Alrighty?
thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell you what, guys, I'm about done with private meetings altogether. I don't believe that our government should be doing anything in private.
There's a lot more of that.
Yeah, ask me.
Yeah, guys, there was no bond to get me out. It was, so the judge has a choice when she charges me with contempt. Guys, unlike most cases, usually you get charged. Usually a legislator writes a law. Police officer sees that he thinks that you have violated that law. He arrests you. You go before a judge. You get a hearing. Hopefully before a jury, actually, to see if they believe that you're guilty of the charges or not. So the way that it basically it works with contempt is the judge makes up a law on a whim. She finds you guilty. She finds that you've broken that law, and then she finds you guilty and sentences you for breaking that law. So there's zero due process there whatsoever. It's just whatever the judge feels like. If she's on the rag and she's having a bad day, then you may get a contempt charge. So what happens then is in a municipal court, they can hold you for anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. So she ordered us to be held for 24 hours. I think that the police, or I'm sorry, they can hold you for 24 to 72 hours or charge you a $100 fine. So she chose to have us held for 24 hours. The charge sticks, as far as I understand, no matter what. It's just, there is no due process. It's just, look, somebody made up a law and then found you guilty of it in a second. And that's just it. You're done. So Ethics First is helping us with this a lot. Incredibly smart guy who's already filed paperwork for us. He knows a heck of a lot more about how to fight this than I do. But there was no bond. I guess that long spiel was to explain to you that no, there was no bond. I didn't have to pay any money. There was no ransom. It was basically the judge put me in timeout. The judge put me in a timeout corner for 24 hours for making her mad. That's what happened. That's what contempt of court means, essentially. So. Yeah, I heard Padilla was arrested a few hours ago. All right, well, I'm going to move on from here and probably go down to the police station. Maybe they'll give me a tour of the jail so that you guys can see inside where they put me in timeout for 24 hours. Bao had to get to work. But yeah, we're back here being bad again, you know, exercising our rights, filming in public. Out here breaking tyrant rules again. Because what do you do as soon as you get out of a timeout chair for exercising your rights? What do? You go back and you exercise your rights again. And we'll be back here next time there's a public meeting held as well. We will be in the next public meeting. For those of you who just joined too, let me tell you, because there's almost 1,000 people in here now. So let me tell you, the biggest mistake that I think that I made is that the one phone call that I got out, I told my wife to tell you guys to go easy on the police department. If I am ever detained, locked up, or anything, please immediately and continually use your First Amendment right to seek redress for grievances all the way up until you have received redress for your grievances, and that would be me being released. I know a lot of people say they may retaliate against you while you're in there if we keep calling. I don't care. That's fine. If they choose to retaliate, they're going to retaliate. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate with terrorists. So if they're going to retaliate against me for you guys exercising your rights, I'm already in a cage because they retaliated against me for exercising my rights. So, you know, if that's what they're going to do, then that's what they're going to do. You can't stop a terrorist from being a terrorist. We don't negotiate with terrorists. So that's the biggest mistake I think I made. So from here on out, I know it didn't work well for Bunny Boots, and that's fine. If it doesn't work well for me too, that's fine. That's great. I'm not gonna try to encourage people not to exercise their rights because of fear. I am not going to be controlled by fear because of these tyrants. And I would strongly encourage that you not be controlled by fear either. If they are going to retaliate against me for you exercising your rights, so be it. I am 100% A-okay with that. That is okay with me. I believe in a higher court anyways, and God have mercy on them when they get there. Mexican Padilla was hurt. So I'm free, guys. I'm not even close to done with this. I can tell you right now that this is the biggest case that I'm going to follow. I know when I got arrested in Arizona, the biggest problem with me following the case in Arizona really, really close and really pressing it hard, like I'm gonna fight the charges and I'm gonna file a lawsuit in Arizona, but that's 1,000 miles away from me too. So I can't be there breathing down their necks every day. I will be here breathing down their necks all the time on a regular freaking basis, all right? They just opened up, wow, AFR, thank you. They just opened up a big old can of worms. They have no idea what they just stepped into. And if anyone thinks I'm backing down, I'm telling you right now, that's not gonna happen. My resolve is stronger than ever to go after this particular city first. Just first. Their court first. We will get our cameras in there, and then from there, we will spread it across this entire country. Guys, thanks for jumping on the live stream. Thanks for supporting me while I was in there. I can't even tell you how it makes it so much easier on me when I'm inside of there, knowing that there are literally thousands of you out here that are still fighting. It really, really, really motivates me. You guys motivate me too, and you guys help me and keep me going. I really appreciate all the support from the subscribers, from the other auditors who have posted videos, every single one of everybody in this community. Even if you're just watching, I really, really appreciate it. If you're watching, it's probably because you see that something is wrong. And realizing it is the first step. From there, we find our own way and we figure out how we can fight it eventually. Guys, thanks for jumping on the live stream. Check out Mexican Padilla. I haven't seen what happened. I just got out, so I'm trying to catch up on stuff too. I'm gonna head down to the police station. I'm probably not gonna live stream down there though. I'm just gonna pull out the camera and record them just because I feel like that's a great idea. Just to go back and make sure that I'm right in their face immediately after they punished me for doing this. I want to go back and do it again.